Remarks made by the US ambassador to India, Eric Garcetti, have been dominating headlines. The comments were made during an interview to news agency ANI. What did he say? Let's get you all the details. Now, as part of a wide-ranging interview, the ambassador spoke about his journey, the US-India relationship, also his commitment towards boosting those ties, among other aspects. Referring to the investigation of the alleged failed assassination plot against Khalistani terrorist Gurpatwant Singh Pannun, the ambassador said that no government or its employee can be involved in the alleged assassination of another country's citizen, which is just an unacceptable red line, quote unquote.
Any country having an active member of their government involved in a second country trying to assassinate one of their citizens. That's, I think, usually a red line for any country. That's a basic issue of sovereignty. That's a basic issue of rights.
Now, in case you weren't aware already, India has designated Gurpatwant Singh Pannun as a terrorist. He enjoys dual citizenship in America and Canada. India and the US are working together in the investigation of the alleged foiled assassination plot against the Khalistani terrorist. Pannun has repeatedly issued threats against India, in fact. Basically, he has openly issued multiple threats to India related to attacks on the Indian Parliament, Air India. So what about these threats? What did the ambassador have to say about them? Referring to the threats issued by Gurpatwant Singh Pannun, Eric Garcetti said that the American system protects free speech, quote unquote, for better or for worse. He also made it clear that an American citizen can be convicted or deported only according to the country's laws.
Our law for an American citizen to be convicted in an American court or to be deported to have a criminal case in another country, it has to meet our law. And so we'll continue working, and if anybody ever says something that steps over that line, and I know it's gotten very close, we will be working together on that.
Now, the thing is, Pannun's threats have caused a lot of concern, not just in India, but also among the members of the Indian-American community. Just for context, you remember how we told you recently that some members of the Indian-American community held a special meeting in America? They met with representatives from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Department of Justice, and the police. Members of the Indian-American community told the US authorities that American soil is being used for terror activities against India. They also spoke about the rise of the Khalistani movement in the US, which of course has been a major concern. Now, following the remarks made by the US ambassador to India in the latest, reacting to the remarks made by the ambassador regarding the quote-unquote red line, India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, has said that the US ambassador, as an ambassador, will say what he thinks is the position of his government.
The US ambassador, as an ambassador, obviously will say what he thinks is the thinking of his government or the position of his government. I will say what is the position of my government. And the position of my government is that in this particular case, there have been certain information which has been provided to us, which we are investigating. And it is something we are investigating because we believe our own national security interests are involved in that investigation. So as and when we have something to say on that investigation, we would be very glad to speak about it.
So there you have it. India has made its position absolutely clear, and we will be keeping a close eye on how things pan out. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.